a special Thanksgiving night presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
It is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. Tonight it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Steelers set to go on offense, and it is the big man, Big Ben, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger, ready to lead them.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
2-yard line.
And that is incomplete here. David Moore, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Andy Isabella. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. They got it done.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
First First down run for Connor, not going to get much, maybe a yard. Second down. Jonathan Jones there to make the stop.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 44-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Montez Sweat in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And he fends him off. And that is incomplete.
Roethlisberger's pass intended for James.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Returnable for Thomas. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Play action. Now Jackson. This one caught by Isabella. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll start the drive with a give to Conner. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
James Conner is the ball carrier.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And 7 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10 from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 61 yards. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. One more time with Dobbins. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Williams on the tackle.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. On 2nd and 11 now, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Montez Sweat able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things so they can't just...
Play action. It's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, 45 yards, and the Ravens will extend their lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Tucker now to add the point after. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Montez Sweat in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now a man back with a serious knee injury. It's Lamar Miller. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Down by Marcus Peters.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Roethlisberger will hand to Conner, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. It's the run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well. And he's been right.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play that time for the Ravens. And even 60 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens add on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
James Conner and the Steelers ready to get their next drive going. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And this one taken in on the right side. But not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Chris Boswell.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his second touchdown of the night as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. To return, it's Cam Sutton. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. We focus our attention now on the quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Montez Sweat. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Third down.
So the sack and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Good.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 27-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming in.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Montez Sweat in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with the late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And the return man will shuffle through the white stuff, secure the fair catch with both hands.
Take over 1st and 10.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Andy Isabella was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again, and that'll be incomplete. Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Able to find Isabella. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Andy Isabella with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
1st and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And now this throw complete to Washington. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good game and a 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Evades the tackler, and now some space. The 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the 1. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement. Go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1-yard line. I want to kill him.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to get a score back. Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. taken about 7 yards deep. And Thomas just going to hold on to this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 75 yards. And the Ravens continue to... pour it on. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Roethlisberger. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Roethlisberger is sacked. Brought down back at the 19-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack on 1st down, Roethlisberger. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Steelers on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7. Thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. There's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
3-yard pickup.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Draw play. This is Miller. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Miller on the carry.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Roethlisberger will throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
Washington's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Washington
able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Roethlisberger. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The Steelers on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Roethlisberger under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Ben Roethlisberger is sacked.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. They'll step aside. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Isabella, incomplete.
Play fake. Here's Love. That ball complete to Isabella. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
First down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The throw right sideline here is complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 38 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Montez Sweat in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now this one complete on the slant route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Roethlisberger took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this defense will take over right at midfield. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. This will be caught by Brown. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
A trick shot on the extra point, but it is good off the left upright. And that will extend this big lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw here, Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
At the 48-yard line.
One last shot for Roethlisberger. Under pressure here, and